yɛbɛhwɛ na anɔpɛ yɛayɛ ho adwuma Amenfi Central. Some of the former party executives are challenging the candidature of Joanna Kujo, the parliamentary candidate for the NDC, Ewo Amenfi Central. Now, their claims, are very simple. Say, Ekwaya Mameno Efa so Ebabinya party card, Ebeshe party name, Etimibe contested the parliamentary primaries, one Peter Kwachiaka. Ebe contested the sitting member of parliament. Obabe too, I mean, it's quite unimaginable. One more NTS here because according to their party's constitution, the number of years I will be back party the more winya and sana wetimi are contested to become a candidate of the party, I mean, almost to say, Bameno, amfa the rightful processes. Name Momuno, when in Crofukuma be a year canana, ma wamotimi a generate a year party card at the mana. What they ebabe jina so ebabe ye there wotimi at the contest enti among komono akwakoye bebre ho. Now to the best of my knowledge I know say asi edun ketia mu nyina movie akọ regime say wo mo be try to resolve that particular impasse between the parliamentary candidate, the sitting member of parliament Peter Kwachiaka himself, and then party members womo ewo Amenfi Central. But yet, say ye kasa no pay in fact, as semni nyina no akwakopi mu court, akwakofa ensemni bebre na no aba. But mame kwa homani so na many the deputy director of elections for the NDC, Any Enkomo, Madi Jibril, are joining live. Madi, good morning. And Pom to saying, hello, Madi.
Speaker, Mr. Speaker.
And Pom to say good morning.
Adumu, Mr. Speaker.
Very well. Yeah, that's a side of pay what year. So now, first of registration no abanewe ya transfer ana air courses here. So far so good. Easy amamu kwan biem. Say more monitor processes no say na esiko.
The Speaker, the main for kunya channel TFA no pay. Make us see process no dey cost so financiality. Although amount for be bomb modi say abuse system no. The among transfer free ho amount now one just time now so transfer grapple. Some people are pushing them to go and transfer a Quembiaso. And then a challenge. Nankana idea transfer with them, like I say, is usual. Especially with our system of Maya Yemua, Kakra na ubi renti fee there will be after 2 years, Nadia Nuba and I say Ekituamau. You are moving to another area view to stay there for the next 1 year, 2 years. Transfer could be normal things. But in the situation amount for because of only vote no transfer in another constituency just to vote for him and any problems around the country so far.
I say, and Tisa complaints, easier because even though such challenges may be there, but as political parties, you do not have the right and the mandate say mobile prevent you from transferring the vote. You will rather wait a due time for exhibition. You can challenge. Obia Mosusu say, I mean, one community name for that long period or transfer the vote at the abaho. Na afemo justification modiama se easy nipani din free moi. I mean, that is the appropriate forum. I'm to me a channel more consensus. Are you going by such provisions?
Mr. Speaker, easy on himself registration now will be the whether for another minor and will be a challenge. But when a press conference, catch the Ghana post, young one, young Pamon, or foreign free center number one. Electoral Commission and Casa. When him say Mercy, or a press conference, I say Ghana for Yamwa, police for Yamwa, now Obi Mine or Baha, who says away Manoa, Pamono. And yes,
it's your body.
So, what is the double standard of these issues? Tell me, who say we will free her. Yeah, the bus in Abra. Electoral Commission say, remember for number registration. Now the bus as you be bus if you say Ashanti bus in Campo and I bus on Kuranza so could register. Now you say me man in Bremo.
But we are very much aware, sir. We
are
very much aware, sir. When it comes to registration, different from the transfer of votes. Maybe the same because registration no emrama ho kwan say instantly obetimi a challenge nipa ne age by filling the form. There is a committee ya set in place nipa no be refer no to go and defend him or herself about the age acquisition. What you say, and no is enshrined in law. The processes are there. But when it comes to the vote transfer, it is not established as a Moma party agent crano observe it. It's at the mercy of the Electoral Commission. And we decide they say make such an observance. And I mean, it is not established in law. The more person mo instantly no and name Rabiamo.
Okay, in the first place. Any agent a challenge will be. His name Rami say challenge will be. What me challenge will be? The speaker. In any process of election, what me challenge will be. And I'm running a agent to go and my challenge. I'm running if an agent in Kwana with my challenge will be.
2.9.
It is the same why the challenge.
Obia Ghana need to be challenge will be. It is a way of mine who community mo. Na more community more say MPB na ejuma na be to abamobi na mo who say the bar same other area back room say o register one you can stop them any agent asem e your minors them some of them are foreigners in that constituency. In any case the speaker police so challenge obi on registration bibia. I was such challenge, you know, and I challenge that. Young for cat and for common panel right and so what you say what challenge. Okay, say the audio be free. Bantama Adja say a friend say Nkoranza don't register. Me challenge you register more at my Nkoranza in exhibition made in the I want you to know made in the
Kessben 92.9.
In the man because people know advantage that is why I say, oh, whether call a exhibition be only me say challenge here, this seems to be your bidding. This own second challenge no say, oh my challenge you, declare that my challenge you. Not only in the Shia, the monk wants them. Now if free the bantama and the a friend say time so go to reading wa kwa transfer ko akwa backs bantama made the hun so me challenging on the division here
Kessben 92.9
I system mama for mo ka mo set time on kofa in election.
I see, but you also know say running so mal who kwan say over stop you be say o man in transfer and so you aware, right?
Then I make say prevention is part of the game. Yes, why registration or say Obi Banom say for the prevention. One can challenge him, and I want to press conference. Yes, issue.
Very well. Your friend Nunsi Hona Yemra, Professor Smart Sapong, in charge of research at Kumasi Technical Institute. Na Endra won cry ha one a yensem trofo Asia and one more edi and komo now or the baseline survey about political parties and more performances so far 6 months to elections. Now he's saying Dr. Bawumia is leading with about 38%, whilst again more candidates, the former president, is just behind with about 36%. Now he goes further to say, in terms of political parties' popularity, the NDC as a vehicle at John Mahama Jinaso Echo election way no far more popular than John Mahama himself as a person. Now he goes further to explain that on the side of the New Patriotic Party, no, there say Dr. Bawumia, the vice president, as an individual, much more popular than the New Patriotic Party as a party in government. And for that matter, no, a lot of Ghanaians are siding with the fact that Dr. Bawumia has become their most preferred candidate. As at Endra, no, what this uncle too, and what it means is that Yekoto Aba Endra, definitely a lot of Ghanaians were going to choose Dr. Bawumia as a presidential candidate ahead of John Dramani Mahama, who equally is your candidate. Mamintio on this survey abano 276 constituencies, Wayemu 275. How do you respond to this as a party?
The speaker, so be dear, Nanka will be any issues also. But it's obvious so credibility, track records, a very, very key. LBBIA. This speaker, so we interviewer because of your track record, a month with you ye pa into cast some equity. Sapons, smarts, Professor Dr. Naway, I research me. The track record.
He's now an associate professor.
Oh, Mr. Professor. The track record, I are still north. Well, you are still north, so be the same thing. Emma MPP, 54%. I can say the candidate of the MPP is liked in Asin North. Although the popular person in Asin North, our MP.
That's your question.
This is his report on Lancashire. At the end of the day, results here then. Again, MPP Lancashire on primaries. On why you the same survey at the buy. I can say MPP for papa. And our MPP more delegates. 73% about Obama, Baumia. Because why all the constituencies, there can chama and other candidates. At the end of the day, what was the result in MPP?
But primaries was in two phases until the Hena Okano.
Missing for the last 73 one, the Omka said, the second one, Americano.
Okay.
The second one, the main one, Ankasa. In fact, it took Baumia 400 Ghana cedis each to get him that vote. It took Baumia time now dialysis, you pay 4 million Ghana cedis to go and pay for dialysis. Abainse Wenibino, Baumia was able to pick 400 cedis times almost the number of people who are voting for him before he got the number now, struggled to get it. That's very, very weird. An MPP giving hope to them, paid an analysis, In any case, the popularity of political parties. John Mahama, because it's popular in the NDC, shining match vote now when you are in the primaries. That is why you compare. When you big Kasati, only John Mahama, NDC party is popular.
Yes, very much more popular than John Mahama.
But John Mahama call election NDC mono. Vote when you are almost 90%
That is singular to your party. We are talking about national level elections.
Credibility of the man, you can want them. My catcher clear. And a way, a flight, African on the buy, obey it to pay to how to take this discussion this way.
No, that is against the space. Only evidence will be a Tuadisika. Madi. With all due respect, wouldn't evidence be able to suggest?
Until come to deny it. You should not deny it for him.
I'm not denying anything, but I'm also challenging. And Bibisa say when evidence
now
there be to was. Bibisa say evidence ni sanya. Obekas will be a Tuadisika to
evidence.
I mean, how will you prove that?
Missing evidence any time or no? He want to please Baumia. Why was enough? Why a bit 20 primaries? Our time behavior. Our time behavior. Sure. We have a credible person who are well research. Musa Dankwa, one who said a newspaper published look at the problem newspaper published issues in there. And you can tell you what is it.
Is it a case that Musa Dankwa research I go in your favor and
No. I'm going in favor. Well, MPP primaries pool. It came to pass. I see a friend saying, I just saw your quiet.
Dabi.
Your quiet. But what my prediction, it came to pass. And I mean, can answer. Credibility is key. Credibility in polls is very key. Okay? But are you saying if the man somebody is telling us Okada for about Miyako Kachira last 2020 election say John Mahama wadi Okada but obeyo mama last day Juma. Okajina any some Okachira say on no one more Vince na Okada and Okada Juma. Now about 2020 after election 2020 no Okada Obeji Amoka no the Juma no. Can he go to them to talk to them to be popular than Obama in those who use brother? Baumia in the Yana was sharp clergy. Baumia catch Ghana for say what the school feeding or digitalization school feeding. Now what the officer will be near Diana when you in their own fastest or say my PTA for and I into between this man would the PTA even trust him? And you talk about popularity with John Mahama with this man. On my ya baby, your dollar cost so your breath. Also, you are doing it a cathedral in the year Sinkis Koguma in the piano, and I will do it Ubesi. And you are thinking that man is probably John Mahama in Ghana.
Madi, is the NDC going to take a clue out of this particular research? Because Professor Smart Sapon tells you that this is about science and data. And the NDC as a party, whether the research went in your favor or not, Mubetna say after research, no more go into details. No more baby weaknesses, no every banner. Because again, Omar the segregation of the regions. Regional Dr. Bawumia, Wini and Awolidi Woho. Another segregation of regions. John Mahama and the NDC are equally winning. Namatna say I am homework and more 6 months to elections.
You see, I'm saying whatever anybody says in research, inputs via any political actor look at it. In fact, my member example say unanti ekwechi. No video when him say wa bones wa bo. No say shewechi. No say oh because of wa bunti me shemechi. Oh yeah. So at here, you look back and see whether what is at your back before you look at the person. Even though you know say what you're drunk at. So we are not saying anything about it. We will look even at the weakness of it. But I'm saying say this man will not put us into the way say to see things for Baumia say and then higher. We are working towards 2024 election with a credible, acceptable leader. A leader when to one year concept. He will not stand in front of clergy and tell them say, oh, because when I'm open to make a trouble, when you go to another area, he will not. We don't have such candidates. And Ghanaians believe in the candidate who is trustworthy. The speaker. But we never call North region. Or campaign, one dam, one village. He has not constructed it. Can he go and mention it again?
Very well. Madi, Jina Suba me na mene wunia Kofi Tonto, political aid to Dr. Bawumia so any komo. Kofi, what you mean? Good morning, that's saying.
Meju so we be aboko there.
Eradi adome ho ye na nso e.
Boko me charity for catch ma di so nya propaganda na o sori awa ya.
Madi ya propaganda o.
So ya propaganda sa catch ni so mi so nya.
I see. Kofi na no pe wo here.
Ma me chama di me hu na che.
As a Kofi say what on abu.
Very well. Kofi yanko Menim se mo kokumase now Andrew Amo ND the Greater Accra Regional Tour and Professor Smart Sapon at the research about Bonting now he's indicating Dr. Bawumia is leading. I mean, if elections were held yesterday with some 38%, John Mahama is lagging behind with some 36%. Sam Komwe Mwatiana from the camp of Dr. Bawumia.
Time me jo so no kran say ye hu san krata no but me ka say ye hu Yehu ye entna so as a campaign.
Okay.
Yehu as individuals. Ye part of the campaign. No. Yeni abobobo nkrata so but as a collective no where we can officially say yehu document not na so di hon commodity ne pacho we asa enyambae. But individually within the campaign.
And I presume say one kasan so what can be your impressions on it?
Oh, to me last night na mi hunu very late kakra. Na in fact me have been a Sunday mame we are kwa no mremu ho kakra but time I read campaign I me drew fear me told me go through my messages and na ade asan tini and go through the documents. I know because I know pay me or my boss already. It's me go through the document, but me who snippets of it, commentary, ne at the end. Yeah.
Very well. And you wouldn't want us to go deeper into that.
We can go deep into any problem. Certainly, you can tell me parts of the report, and if you want me to respond to it.
Very well, but the major issues are that Dr. Bawumia is the most preferred candidate as per the research. Now, Professor Smart Sapon put it in that manner, and then he goes ahead to say, Dr. Bawumia as an individual candidate of the New Patriotic Party, far more popular than the party itself, serving as a vehicle. What they call a year election way more. Again, he says that in fact, a year comparing him to John Mahama, he is far more preferred as a candidate than John Dramani Mahama. Now, in the NDC, so the research is now putting it as a party. No, the party NDC is far more popular than John Mahama as a candidate. Now, the simple analysis, and it's Dr. Bawumia is leading in most of the 275 constituencies one more conducted this particular research. I mean, that is the bottom line.
Yeah, Maakye me that's the report nika popular. I think popular no needs to be defined a bit. Because I don't think the report is talking about popularity in terms of say you name at the chrono. But I think popularity here probably refers to favorability. That's what I say. Where okay, we not you prefer no. So what the party nene candidate no etoha popularity ni favor and now we na nipa dodo na favor candidate ni dan the party or more prefer party ni than the candidate. But what I say, the you can see some truth in what they are saying, just at the cursory level. Just at the cursory level, you can see some truth in it. Argentina make us MPP as a political party, no, what for watching. So people look at MPP government, but then people will look at a person within the MPP that they will prefer. Somebody may have issues with a party, but they may prefer a person within the party. What you say?
Exactly.
So you see that in the Ghanaians may say, okay, MPP are betting in watching. But we prefer the person Bawumia. NDC a made in fear watching. But Mahama dear, we prefer the party NDC than Mahama because Mahama dear, ya so referendum in premier no. Ya told me so about premier no. Am I yet decided on him? So him as a party no. We don't him as a person. We don't prefer him. But Sankebia NDC for a different person buyer. That's what I say. So that's the dynamics. So
and that particular phrase I will use to say no. I have heard a lot of people so one more raising such concern. Say NDC the new candidate buyer and KBI election way a be much more easier for them. I have heard a lot of people are more concerned.
Yes, scientifically, you can see the justification because people have already assessed Mahama on 2 occasions. And the assessment of Mahama was not just an assessment, say, a person. No. They assess his track record and a person. Also, Akufo-Addo, Ghanaians assessed Akufo-Addo as a person on 2 occasions. And Sana, Omobeye no Mampenyi. What I say? Mahama, why you Mampenyi? So they are not just assessing the person Mahama, but they are assessing his performance plus the person. Now, Bawumiano, they are assessing him as a person. Onya 2 meaning in another. To do what a president must do. So they can only look at him and a Nema 1 year without having all the powers. Essentially, no. The amenities here in the report and say Ghana for MPP and NDC. Ghana for are rather going to look at Mahama and Bawumia. They are not going to pass a referendum on the 2 parties. But what I say, the referendum no more passing will be on the 2 people, the individuals, and a Ghana for Ebeshe. And see, part of the report I mean who say or say Ghanaians are voting on competence and then track record. I've seen that part a bit.
Exactly. Where
they attribute about 50% to competence. And they attribute about 18% or so to track record. So essentially, 70% of the voting reasons are based on competence and then based on a track record. If you do that assessment, then it is understandable why Ghanaians will prefer Mahmoud Bawumia than Mahama. Now let me explain. Somebody will say, Dr. Bawumia, what about the economy? But you see, Ghanaians who are objective know that a vice president is a vice president. And even if you are going to hold him accountable for the economy, you must hold him accountable in the whole, in totality. So, the first 3 years to 4 years, a day na aban ni timi ye and a day ni see ya and the challenges are about. And even in the face of the challenges, a day na aban no etimi a holding on to defend and protect the Ghanaian to make sure say lives can go on.
Very well.
Yes, there are difficulties and challenges, but somebody has been able to hold on to the economy to make sure say yes, in the face of the challenges, you bet me Ghanaians will look at that. And then we'll look at the fact that Papa no omeye omanpenyin pono. And near may be a waiting a championing. Because for the first time in our republic, you have a person waiting a championing about 33 policies as a vice president. Now people will say Eba Papa dia anamo dia mano, Eba Bone dia Debbie. Mahmoud Bawumia speech or year February 7th. He spoke about the collective responsibility.
Very well.
Where Abano, the Oma ye, the Yeni, the Enyano, he spoke collectively. And then he says, in the collective efforts, and near maybe or what, and the president and Kasa shared out to the Nimitu says, how do you wait here? Buana Yeni solve some systematic challenges. For example, you need identification for Ghanaians. So champion that cause. So Ghanaians are looking at the things that he championed and saying that for the first time in our history, Aliu Mahama be championing sanitation. We be championing way, but this is the only vice president who has championed 33 policies that have direct impact on our lives.
Very well. Kofi, in totality, what it means is that you gladly welcome this research by Professor Smart Sapo. And
we always gladly welcome every report, whether positive or negative. Even Musa Dankwa report, our Debane and Dieno. We may have our challenges with it, but we take it in good faith, go and analyze it and look at baby. You bet me a picky be meaningful iron.
Very well.
And also in Chelsea, so be nefe by I bet that daddy. Yeah, adwuma esi eni so ene ba be. We are not going to take anything for granted.
Very well. Madi ni Kofi Adope mami na mwase.
Madi,
thank you very much. Kofi Tonto, a political aide to Dr. Bawumia, and then Madi Jibril, a deputy director in charge of election for the NDC, speaking to us 13 after 8. This is Kessben, an election avenue. We'll bring you the update. Now, Professor Smasapo is in the studio.
92.9 Asidankwa.
Surely, we'll speak to the man himself. Now, the brain behind this whole research, political survey, in about 6 months to election. One Kasabe explaining the genesis, the beginning, baby, if you baby, Ababedru, na afe, yeneno edin komo, all the relevant questions, your baby sano, na afe, wetimi ato de boase, yano, aha 92.9. This is where you need to stay. Na afe on your election avenue. Yeah, the details ni no at the bema. Mame fast that it be Format Media Institute na anope one more Roma, but one more ekra yemopa. Format se me more manie na naming kakai was say, oh yeah, awofo na ene wabofra no nani je ho se ensem tradwuma yeye wobeti mi ede ne ho ahyemu bidia mpacho akonya no aba ede amano se ene wobeti mi abefa form na afi watimi aba eye Format Institute of Media Studies na wono nso aba beje ntete ene nimde kwan obefa so a wobeye adwuma ewo ensem tro adwuma kuo no emu ahodo ni nyina na ene wo ba no yebema ntete eba no broadcast journalism wobesua ho ade enya ho enimde media law emra ebo adwuma ayeye ho eban ni nyina no wo mo betete no ewo kwan sonko so afi sub editing and afi the proficiency in English brofokasa no kwan obefa so ana no ebeti wom na afi wobetimi ede aye adwuma ni nyina no mpacho Format Institute of Media Studies ebeboa no ama ni nimde a ebetimi ama wono nso ababe yo pabene pa afi wotie mi mpacho wo adwuma ni mu dada. And so woni abodi krata bia anope wo ye adwuma no na opese wo akwa certificate ewa adwuma wo ye no eho ampacho woni eye Format Institute for Media Studies eni enkomo wo mo bema antete ni nyina ampacho wo mo classes no wo mo breaking it down enti obeko school benada ya wada ana afi memre da no pa na afi days no aka no practicals nko about 70% practicals and 30% theory ana format for a day mouth forms no 100 Ghana cedi pe bra na be pikibi na anope ma wo ba no emra meje nimde obetimi akọ mo nchen ewo enkran ha South Odoko Aliu Mahama Road no eswa na obehu wo mo anope woni Format Institute for enin komo on 0596 0549 fachame 0549 655 649 0549 655 649 na woni eye Format Institute of Media Studies eni enkomo anope wamo ebeje so ama wobano so enya nimdia pa St. Louisa local rice wada roba mpacho wamo de mo papa dia bedwa man so anope opemu a obedia ebeboa wapomoden dia St. Louisa local rice ana make for ede amount mpacho utie me openu dodo mu atu a esese woni eye St. Louisa local rice for edi enkomo eye Ghana mo straight from the farms anuncio no ede enti speak to them na afi woni wo mo eni nkomo na won so je wo de mpacho opese woni ye di nkomo a ye numbers ni 0277 452742 0277452742 and after 0546 242343 0546 242343 na woni St. Louisa local rice for any enkomo anope mpacho upomwe kira kwan a womo ewo eye La Paz, womo eye adjacent the Eco Bank na woni womo any enkomo anope womo ebejo so 18 after 8 asedani bi eye Emma's Global Link Limited for dia akwantuo ho nhyehyeye ne ho nsem bia ehia bia no mpacho woni eye Emma's Global Link Limited for any enkomo womo bejo so na afin hyehye papa ni nyina de betimi aboa ma wonso watu kwan no mpacho woni womo kasa womo bejo so pa wa wo pese okotena manane koye adwuma wa wo ko for the purposes of schooling ni nyina no speak to them na womo ebeje wo so se o Kumase ene ne mpatemu abeko asafo labor womo ene senate office no edi enhwe ni mu Emas Global Link Limited for office no ewo ho afi wo nkran ha obeko eye Weja Kaswa main road no eso White Cross Junction womo eben West Africa Deco Tiles company no na anope woni Emas Global Link Limited for edi enkomo for womo on 0504 203401 0504 203401 and after 0535 502499 0535 502499 na when Emas Global Link Limited for any enkomo anope 19 after 8 minute midima for Herbal Hospital any enkomo emra na anope ya womo atena si enkomo pina no anewo ho. Good morning empom to saying yeah fine but you change your microphone in mommy why na baby I wote no maintain katina we achi mommy na on check it. So I mean now I say fetch me. Mami Emran so na me mano akwaba. Good morning.
Good morning, Yami Adam.
Very well.
For so soon I buried it.
I Appiah say be fine.
Yami Adam boko as you boko
dok ho ye.
Yami Adam.
Very well. Mami ntie wa no pay na ye ni nkomo.
Ebeda se ni achetifo ni arefo nyinem se e buy the ache na so ye time na e de bana finaso. Me dima for Herbal Hospital doctor time that so I know me kwa sister station me time that so I'm say eh na maso dey only watch church so untimi nya adwuma na am say and there e was so ko pay bie because time dey there dey adwuma ten eti wadaro mo se nyare nyina ye ntatia case. Sorry for ya de ne bra na on fa time no be ento so ye catch us na awotwe bosume kra gidi se eno ene ye de ye adwuma e waso ye ho doctor say yenkrapo man fama so yomprenu ne entena wheelchair mu enfama ho prenu yarefo yare ne odimafo enemy dimafo Herbal Hospital bra na onfa bre ento so ntatia case ye infections bacteria and fungal infections ni nyina midimafo na etu asenti sabi wo ogono a fa beda midimafo Herbal Hospital doctor na onfa bre ento so go not me mani pani ye kokko etimi ma me ni mu kekawo into a treat me ni mu cross a na nkwa ya akoye test so when you go no infections ni bidia me ni mu betimi doctor so by our professional lab technicians ye hwe ni paduanim ni ahwe mojanim baby ayare no asase efri ni aso ano e basa na age wadura ensa ma review biem enye yare a e ba review ntatia case yade no okwa ensa wachi mabiem efi so oban maduro ni bawie ni na ni nyina no ase atu doctor se enkan cho say o anemia bramidima for Herbal Hospital entina ma moja no enwe saa ma ni subiri emetina wo so e ma nante kakra no abreda bia no akoma no bo pelipeli unanti a utimu se ohu tin fifreche so wo ho no ma enipadua ne kwa ahoche maka cho se moja e woni padua mu no said your body etie na be man so de etie according to your body system it is all de ne da bia drop a na busa sebrebo no na entimi produce moja na nata red blood cells no entimi e ma moja no embe ye doctor time da so say fa beda no for time ento so fi se kantatia case no wo kwa sorry brebi wo malaria sorry brebi because malaria timit na so chesa na obon se aye bibia o how many pedua no aye basa wontimi hu ano midima for se tri die brefo bia enu die sie no eno so kantatia case ye funu mu kura hodo obo ha osadi di asie pa odidi a wontimi ni di odidi nso na ofon aduane to ne yem a na ne ho kire ne papa kosi se aduane be digest no obo se ohunu de onye ne nipadua no midima for se ema ekro no empra osa ema wo huna ma ne sori ko na onfa bre ento so fi se no so kantatia case no ho enti ominimu na aye ekro na se wadi di peche mu yefunu mu ena enkuda ne ti akomidima for ne ento ase emfa mo bo odidi ana ne bo hyehye no uhuna mane doctor time that so say fabra na into osano ase emfama sisi ade kwankro say wachia mpo a obetene emfa woni se okuta poma anase nipadua no balance na bem Dr. Time da so se fa osisi ne bra ubusa mema na maka cho se dura na dwom sisi no eni adaje nti se wodi ani ntimi mfa ya saa ne dia anye da ho se be ma no da ho ye den ba saa ne dia waso ba hyehyehye pa ntimi dima fo se fa osisi ne bra na ye nhwe mu ntini no na ha wana se emu srade ne echim na wewe na nkasa ni twi ne ho anase osteotic nerves no na akofa nsema bra o ma to ase twetwe wodo na asi wana etiti ya doctor say kantatia case no we 30 minutes good time no osisi no wachi ampa obetene abusuafo yade bi efre ni stroke maka cho so bonka ye na aba makwa wato pressure ma ho adwendwen bi abeto so wo free dwene ye untimi solve issue no adenti na wontungu na anya apomuden na wontena se ni nkwa na me ntimi di mafo say stroke no se ma wanim ye dududu ana titiri ye ba wonamu ana se okasa na okasa maye won from atwe kra ho ayeden a sorry kwantem no for time na otwe mienu time ento so esa onan no na ntimi ntia fom ye na sa wonsa abebare wo matcha se de stroke ni udi ase a midima fo so obetu ase edi ama abusuafo so wo kidney a sorry bra na emfa bre ento kidney ne so na wotwe miensa maka cho se nanuane a ye dua de fertilizer ahodo hye no e won sunsanso e wo nipadua ne so uye nu akire bo ho a anu ne bi abetodwa so ebi obenom we twam no onom cafe ne awudra hyenema eno so eka ho bi ema ye kidney no ese ntam so na ese no de ni nya se ne de okoto afidie ya ye de circulate blood anase moja na ho kanya sem ketwa na medimafo se entena ma wo de ni nkoduru sa stage no se ugu nsuo na ni yetu da ka ya hwe ni ye wo ho na ahokeka bi te so a wa treat ye nkwa hwe ni ye medimafo se nka ncho se sansunsanso we ne wo kidney ne so to kidney ne se ya akomedimafo so ba ende de ntonchia na otwe miensa time no bonse kidney na ye foforo afa adwuma anyame ase ne so onye feeding free ni padua mu no obey ni nyina pepepe ama ni padua no agina brane doctor say yare mienu a ebom ko in hand no ebaako ene hypertension baako ene asitwe yade ti se wo low blood pressure na say high blood pressure medima for say fabra ne manage na ye regulate ma na o pressure ne enye normal enye stable fi so ko ase akoma yade ye to ase ukwane ekotu di ase abaabi a wawura ne ya hwene ye wutira anye ya yeto akoma na abeto anana no monse do na emu makoma no ewo kwan efa so ye adwuma so de ne adwuma bro so ana se enru ho a ewo se ye hwe na ye adwuma ye na gina brane nti untini ni mu na asisi na mu aye den moja ne ntimi mfamu ye na ma akoma ne boss de be ye odi moja no ebe fa sa ntini na emu aye dendenden ni mu a midimafo be hwe na kwan ebe fa so ani ntini no akasa ma emu friend say system na luso ma moja na timi afamu no ye be ne sa ma so de be yakokyekyere wonsa esoro de no enchesi fam de ni chesi soro de ma soro de ni so entumrika midimafo se fabra na hwe pressure de ma oso wo sugar bra if it's a sugar no ade chi ye ni di ye but no na body na release bi ama yen energy etumi de kasa no enti ehu hia pa na emom kwan ye fa so regulate woni padua system ni mu no eno na ye asem hia enti se insulin no enti mi anyi ama yen kakran break set sugars na edinsem bebrebe eba na medima force wadaroma fabra na yenhwe mawo enkototo sugar ne loto number ade chi na wo 4 ade chi e ko 6 wo na ko 18 edinsem bebrebe ebebro Dr. Time da so say esiche yade na eba wonsunsanso wutimu se wa ankasa ni padua no ehunu amane kwa ahokyere mu a eye Dr. Time da so na ehwe sa sugar ni nyina edi ama wo pa wo abra bi wo ye oba wo ye be ma wo sori ko bi no mfa time nto so bi wo ho awako a wo na che efise ni tubes mu asisi wo fibroid no ne ade Dr. be hwa ma wo enu ache no wo low sperm count so ba ye nya hwe kura mfa anye wo e be che onuane akodi na sperms no entimi emboost na afa konkonti ba no omho enye dene Dr. Time da so ye be ma check o prostate me si hunu state kura e wo bad or good state if it's otna wa ye nhwe han ya be twa wawo if it's semen na prostate na produce no ono na ebe boa ma sperms na timi aba abonte se sa line no entumi anya adwuma na che se sperms no ntimi mfa bi ma abonte be wi akire no na affect ojo nsosem ena akogina Johnson ebi ma obechem kakra ne moja de eche Johnson pressure nim ebi wa na eliki affect Johnson sem ne sa ebe payo ni apɛ rubber bi e de atwoko baabi nya sa wontimi nyonso idimafo se wadaro ma sa ha oni nyina fa beda ye ne fa time ento so de owo enkasa ni nompem yade na chibremu ni chepeni sisi ni kotodwefuo ni nyina no enso mra midimafo mfa bandage nchechewo na no na intimi solve issue no Dr. Time da so se enkancho se wo ye bema gina brand nesi emema na mba na zigasi pipiripi bobrobo samote yache eno de ye slogan baabi ebeko bia ne ka vise ontimi mu ade ne mfon ye secreyon anasa pencil ayabu mu mienu sharpon sabon sa akati etiaketo bi basa na ye mfa ntworo na de fa hene fa ena de ya ne se entini ni kura san lusu entini ni lusu sa na ade no premature ejaculation bo se ye kakra bia fon na adwo ba ye ne yira mo ntimi nye hwe doctor se masa ade ne nto ne ngu anim ase asbema entini na opetetrete pipiripi bobrobo kakraka kokuroko tente branet se barikesi nchachira na oba doctor ho o se 5 good days wade no ebegina ho kirebe ensuro na esuro wi atam bia befro bia no ever ready and once we shoot na fire na ne e ma amo na ejankra yi entafo na epiepie sa antimidima fo se fasa ha ni nyina bedan yen yade no de e boss wo ne de ya amoso de office tete wo de akina che na wo ma midima fo nti wunya no yie no fa bedan yen if you say doctor waje abaso body ma akoma ko 37 munsia ya amano ne e kire se ye di dwumaso radio bia bia no e ye midima fo Dr. Time da so ye midima fo Dr. Time da so intimi so fa yare ne bedan yen ne fa bre no ento yade ne so ye kire kwan ne wo poku ase mayera udru ho no ma doctor so nyirai so yira pa na be pia yare sabia e kire se wa baba bia ye anase okokuma se atwema ebu akwa agogo midima fo ho obehwe numbers no e ye 0244 77 42 82 0244 77 42 82 0500 72 15 midima for Heba Hospital Dr. Time that's so time ne dey die so din Mr. Speaker.
That's all right, sure. Thank you.
Asidan Kuan.
I was checking your time. It's exactly 31 after 8. Hi, Kessben 92.9. We'll share live with TV. So we are live on Kessben Television, channel 364, DSTV, and channel 121, Go TV. Maminfa Asedan be Emma Mascon Estate Ghana Limited. Na anope yedin komo impacho Mascon Estate for Sase Papa. And a home crata 70 no edida ye. And unti se wotie mi ampacho yatete board so esan se ekwa kosi the 14th of June ya the promotion kese pa ana ya de ahyehyɛ so ampacho de na eye one plot measurement no eye 70 by 100 no se yate so e de aba eye 18,000 Ghana cedis. Enkane nanka eye 30,000 Ghana cedis. They say half plot no yeah the free 15,000 Ghana cedis. Ede aba eye 9,000 Ghana cedis. Enunti se wotie mi a akwanya nini se wonso obetimi ababeje asase. Medical catcher that say yensase no ewo Chopoli enkraha eye 10 minutes drive away from eye Central University and a 5 minutes drive from Seglemi Affordable Housing Project no enunti se wo pasa si amanso twen bia no eni ho na ene no pacho ubetimi enya wasomdwe ayo project ni nyina akosi se wo bewie dia pacho esese woni Mascon Estate Ghana Limited for edi enkomo anopei na wo mo beje so aboa wiye pa mo amo pensa say for the purposes of commercial usage no esese woni eye Mascon Estate Ghana Limited edi enkomo usi school wusi asori mpacho filling station ana opese wo bie ana warehouse shopping mall ana opese wo ya acres of land bia wo pe bia no se woni emascon edi enkomo mpacho womo ebeboa na wonsa etimi akabi anope woni yeni nkomo hyene so se memory da ebe yede mobeko asase no so na afi motimi akwa yen office no ewo eye community 18 junction ewo Spintex road no eso yene allied filling station no edi enhwe nimo yeben KFC restaurant no anopay for emascon for on 0553 840646 0553 840646 and after 0553 838730 na woni emascon estate Ghana limited for any enkomo anope womo ebejo so na afi womo timi aboa ye pa Eclipse collateral management for adaroma anope se ye di nkomo impacho womo eboa eye ejapade ru anom mo a ni tichu maye nkrata atomo japade so no Eclipse collateral management for ede enkrata no be ye adwuma na afi womo atua mo commission ewo ho eno nti Eclipse se memo won kaye na anope fa woniema ni nyina won krata ni nyina fa beja womo fa bedan womo na afi womo fanya adwuma na womo ntua osika ewo ho afi wa wo pay loan nanso ne gie ayedin edi amount esanse woni collateral anope se woni Eclipse collateral management for edi enkoma wombejo so they will help you and assist you with collateral I betimi aboa ma wonsa etimi aka wo loan no I don't take for womo on 0266999020 0266999020 and after 0302551877 0302 551877 na woni Eclipse collateral management for any enkomo anope womadaroma wombejo so adenta new site Abakan Street ana obehu eye Eclipse collateral management speak to them anope na womo ebeboa uye pa womadaroma now we bring you more details on eye Professor Smart Sapon, the researcher, why the details of it, baby, a dynamics, every any the outcomes of the research, and I know pay no at the bro. Say all live on radio on 92.9. The patrol join you live a year Facebook no eso na anope ubetimi at the wagin training in ano at the by your numbers near 0550596929 0550567929 na afi what the wagin training in ano at the aba but for Professor Smasapo na afi we get back to the screen na yene wedi enkomo most of the details ni nyina no ewa ha na anope wono a woye ne research no wono ankasa etimi aba betrem most of the places I will call and Crawford when you more edi nkomo the basic research questions are womo ebisa ya and necessitate the responses are woman so edi eba. These are some important questions and okay we need to ask Professor Smart Sapon na yene no edi nkomo. Now the bottom line no yama wetimi atiase baby and community through anane fapem na no ewoni nyina no yama wetimi eho but this is more detailed and stay with us na anope yene wo endi sa enkobo no mame emma prof achi na me mano akwaba prof good morning Mr. Speaker empombo god there very well erade adom yenso ye ho ye pa na adope ye da se ye frɛ won so once again wetimi ajoin we are very grateful for your time anope enti ye ba board ne so na ye ne wedi enkomo presentation of baseline reports on 275 constituencies in Ghana as presented and dra ewon kran na we are very fortunate because oyebia na watne kumase na why presentation no but I don't pay we are grateful for Kessben so yeah prof yebeba so Richard Yanko I just want to take you through na afeye wia ye bisa questions so see who wins elections 2024 evidence from science and data quite an interesting headline or the ama the report evidence a free science and data Richard Yanko the first page na afeye Yense presentation no as a general introduction to the concept of the elections research opinion polls and the issues of sampling the applicable laws govern the research what you need to know the assessor as a researcher no ultimately any the answer those are the applicable laws now importance of scientific importance of scientific elections research and opinion polls to strategic campaigning and participatory democracy. And a political party, more or less, and yes, it should be based on a year research scientifically. Now, if you want to me, a strategize. Now, the baseline survey, the research design, the details of it, then the findings, no, the outcomes, based on questions, one more ebisa, now, I think so the responses are one more implications of the findings. To a year competing political parties. Now, in your known semo womunya yeno, a quiet who he has a political parties, a bit miaje, na afe, a bit miabuad, your woman so one more air. Now, concluding remarks and then the upcoming editions from baseline to post elections. Now, was in way the first. Among the 3 surveys, one more edebeba from now. Eko Koksi say yebeto aba 2024 no every I don't know a post-election analysis. Nina no one more ebe. Richard Yanko the next one. Na afi yamra the details of the report. Prof, enti first of all, the kind of Mame Emra also na mintio on how mo tna say e decide say mo betimi aye sa adie we na afi the rationale behind it no Mame entio ankasa.
Great, Mr. Speaker, me do asepa Echia minya zigane ebusianfo amabeto mu fi Kessem ha ya femu ya mumre kumase mesa good yeah so osha introduction no
yes
in fact me take it time to let people understand me bezen go for etias say ye kasa elections researcher sabio obia betimi aye politics ko anim your campaign ye ani ato aba no ne abenya no anya ne wanya nso na wakotwen next election enti wo hosa de bia sa nete but emre ko na anim no ena bi ebi no de anim kan abrofo no mu ne nkura hodo so bi ho no mu a elections research and a guide the process
okay
na ya nane politicians ni suro ni say e bia research yi be e de yem hwehie bi ni ade e be kosan. In fact, me announcement say ade bechia me presentation no. When you kese pa
and
e fa ne fa nyina say me hu fly and me machine.
I see.
Enunti e na ebinum mpe elections research.
Okay.
But me can report him say elections research are sebe enye kra no. E yes ne say obeka say wonu mo a omu ba beto aba no omu nka ma no ntum.
Okay.
Because election research simply means me ko wonu mo a omu ba beto aba no ho na me no madi nkomo abisa omu senia ne mo mu hwe anim ne ade asa no mato aba no se o se mema me nye sa ade no a chese ne apese o che ne say wo political party ne de obeko so a campaign akasa ba mema wonu mo a omu ba beto aba no
na wo mu tie wo nsem
me mo mu nka bi.
Okay.
That is what mkrofo a omu mpe elections research no eno na omu pese omu kire.
Okay.
Enti o file election anytime we say yes say you are getting feedback from the people. Wo na wo your campaign na so timi kire say sa research we are be die me hwa nokra na enya nokre.
Okay.
But senior deputy elections director NDC ekaye no se no nokre say enya nokre no obefa.
Yeah.
Se enya nokra wo de kosoa na ye niema fasisa sa story no sa time no se na wo story ni ebu dada kra na kwese nam dodo na ade egu nkwan nim ensen kwan no kwan bia so na emom so obetena se aka se enya no kra nti menya ho hwe report no kra me nsom me de na me tie ni so obeka so obesom na wo nsom na oka se mu na me de pass yes obi di aba be bo he wachi na wo so obi se wo ye convince ni nti onye ya still no ano make sure so what say about no dey bo na from one. I like that analogy. Mestre, if that is going to be the direction going forward there any onu ni anom bi no munkasa no muntu ni da kakra.
Okay.
Sabio say yes enye results ne ba no mudi nkunim ana bebi obedi nkunim bi akwasi mi ni nkunim ni bi.
Onim so number.
Me nka ho. But we are taking time to give them a very useful feedback.
Okay.
That is the most important thing, and I'm saying say that feedback coming from one mu born to come ho kasa kire mo no yes obi betie no mu so mu ka
okay
say opese election ifo ni na nka mo ntum na wo no de bia kasa no de bia kasa ma men kan show nyina wa ha Kumasi ni see regional elections ni see link ne wo ho e wo report ni me person ka obi a odi chini bia nkonkopie it was like benkum as against nifa utie pa senka kasa ne abonten komo got down komo TV so radio so na ke dey kan anka my research was in quote bogus
okay
because my research no na very different from near obia na o say ebesi Kumasi and Asante region.
You are talking about
Chemawunti ne nia odem ho Kwame Appiah elections no. But my worry was that enti mo ye campaign no mo pese mo betie na won mo beto aba no so beka unless oje echine say akwasi manko obia ho metena me office me so say bi person oje search na because of me nim say na tie me so me Ghana ni nim say na eje echine ni ntino me fa the person's GPS location.
Okay.
So me ujina haka say senka me researcher anka mafa location. E bia nipa no zoom you be hu me ne wo. In fact e bi no mu kra o mu ne me kasa out of 60,000 na juma ya amaye no. If fabi almost about 70% were willing to give me their telephone numbers and their names.
Okay.
Into your data ni mu GPS location, their telephone numbers, their names, e krokro mu wo so, den ni nyina wo ho.
Okay.
For the avoidance of all these possible doubts, I take those other information, of course, on consent. Yes, me share that bisau.
Okay.
Oh yeah, now we take all those. Indeed, mesre tie watch mu an say, yes, mona moye mu campaign. Say research be say ba ebetimi etu akoma. Ebetimi be say assign na de oye. In fact, me obi me di results ni tu dwa Kumasi no. Me di tu dwa na obi efrem say chale wama obi a collapse adan ya nanka obi a hye mu abi anka ode bre no me release report na me report ni say the feedback is not in his favor no because na professor say enkoye dia then say osan akoto sika digum na o say no
okay
na say ya premise here course we be me the report be ma obi na me na me ye ma de and am say this report will be very useful to our candidates no me share the mom no obaako se na abrante bi the Evans sa Evans no wa ko yi na nimu support candidate baako bi ntino so no come me research ho dia and the research ni ebo absolutely me nyama de sa nipa na ayo de ya obey adwuma na ma o me sent the me so mo kwa me fa so me double check nti won fa nya adwuma so da bi ba ayo no na pe se nia na hyehyɛ no sa pe na ba ya ni nipa na no very sure so be di nkunimu no any nkunimu se na report na eche well speak an American say mobile campaign but take some time
to read
because it gives you feedback from the people you are campaigning to.
Very well. Ma yanko the details of the report itself. Richard yanko na okay. With the graphs now, or say which political party are you likely to support in the 2024 presidential elections? And I don't know, figure one, preferred political party by regions. The National Democratic Congress is in yellow, the New Patriotic Party, blue, right? And I feel purple, so the other political parties, undecided and so. Prof, what is the meaning of this graph?
Good. It is a from Kakra.
Yes.
Regions regions no
from a year ahafo
to see Western North.
Okay.
Near a channel say over Western North parties no popularity.
Okay.
Popularity near activities are at the grassroots level are projected their parties.
Okay.
And the party be on more constituency be no until nka wo hwe animal say chairman tifia we tifia but as a party we to tell their presence in the constituency.
Okay.
Maybe say constituency mu no political party ben na ho keka no e was very popular in this constituency.
Okay.
And no answers no di ma me no. The popularity of the NDC and the MPP e Western North no na e ya repair anesa. Enti Western North sabe obuhia ahokeka no kase afiri mu ho NDC MPP mo yana mo keka mo ho ye wo.
So what it means is in the Western North no NPP ni NDC no
Uma keka no ye pe ni na e form na san ye pe anti omum pejamu e beti so aba say any they don't do more activities in that region. They should try and do more.
What it means again is a political party will be taking advantage of this
Absolutely.
report. Now obe re-strategizing.
Absolutely.
Now obe ma region, what bear region no likely so be to me.
Now obi be some say but Western North the Senka etaye NDC for na me say yes ahokeka
party active.
I don't know motive be na mo nkeka mo ho a yeah. This is an information I think is worth considering.
Okay.
What they are not in China, there are 8 regions NDC ahokeka no e wo so.
Okay.
Esene parties aka ni nyina. Those 8 regions no Greater Accra ka ho, Bono East ka ho.
Okay.
All the 4 northern regions ka ho with the exception of Northeast.
Okay.
And 4 ni nyina be ka ho na 6.
Savannah, Upper East, West.
Good.
Northern region itself.
Good.
Okay.
Na 6. And na Otini Water. Sa 8 regions you know. NDC ahokeka no e wo so.
Okay.
And no mekeka bomu ama overall no NDC ahokeka no wo so MPP in terms of political party popularity in the constituencies.
Okay.
And so aka na MPP ahokeka no wo so no Ashanti of course Bono Ahafo Western region, think Central region, Eastern region and then Northeast.
Okay.
Northeast and then in so na MPP ahokeka also and that is for the political parties by regions. Into overall no can national ni nyina abemu a na ahokeka NDC wo at the various constituencies as a party na omu ahokeka no na wo so esene MPP. Yeah.
Okay. Ma yanko the next line Richard na yemra yanko the next one. Okay. This is it. Now yanko the next one. Yeah. These are the frequencies. Yanko the next graph no so. But I have 92.9. Obeti me adjoin here live war and yeah Facebook no so. Now I feel what the one mentioning no ede aba. Richard yanko the next one. We want the graphs. Okay, Mayemra, which presidential candidate are you likely to support in the 2024 presidential elections? And this is figure 2. And where specifically all the candidates. Yeah. Okay, and you have John Mahama in there. You have Dr. Bawumia as well. John Mahama is in red. Dr. Bawumia is in blue, and I feel the others, are in green. Now, why you know on regional basis? Okay. Yeah. Now, my explanations to that.
Good. Enti ahano me fa say chineji aba me baseline report hu nyina agina ha.
Yes. The most preferred candidate.
In fact, I'm not me dana very call him kakra because now people are asking very good questions. Yeah, the interesting questions. Now questions no ba kwa na for me na very interesting pa yeah. Obi say abinti na use line graph. And I say the questions are na reason we say o call report last year maybe data ni nyina gu ho.
Okay.
It is a one person here bar chart o person here den graph o pie chart data no ho the graph will be up be obi anye. I didn't hide my data. In fact, one thing that made me prepare here full disclosure.
Okay.
Tina match say me data ho my try ko kire baby am gina here interview. E try ko kire nipa me obi a person here further and better why not? In fact, constituency level near collective data no.
Okay.
But this report is national and regional level. Say candidate be a to about you, say their party chairman, na say we PC a ko abato. If you constituency be na person unya won kwan ho report. Why not?
The constituency are willing to disclose that.
Please.
Okay. Yes.
The question is into political party popularity. Does it translate automatically to
the candidate?
The candidate.
Now presenting.
And the findings tells us it is not directly translated to Adi.
Okay. In the case of 2024.
Yes. We are region B translated automatically, but there are some regions that it did not translate automatically. For example, Western North
region.
Good. Osha party popularity now we now from Jinape.
Okay.
And so in terms of preferred presidential candidate, marginal increase came for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Senate.
John
Dramani Mahama.
Okay.
Now about the other regions, and so all the 7 into a ban of popularity preference of the candidate. MPP benya 8 instead of the 7 now no more. And now there's a slight 2 percentage point lead for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ahead of John Mahama.
Okay.
And I made sure say, Mr. Speaker, constituency be any Ghana ha. And my data was collected from constituency level. Constituency be any Ghana ha. About parliamentary candidate Benyano. Sa pepe na presidential candidate Benya.
It differs.
Hey. So why is this a strange finding? When our reality, every election year by election year, everything will be as saying
parliamentary candidate. It means our candidate Ninya saying the presidential.
In fact, say you can say NDC phone one point yeah, and now MPP phone one still parliamentary candidate MPP need be as a presidential candidate be.
Exactly.
And now presidential candidate be as a
and another dynamics in the doors.
And automatic sir. And the American say
yeah,
there is a 4 percentage point between NDC's popularity and MPP's popularity. NDC was so kakra 4 percentage.
That is the party terms.
Party.
Okay.
Over candidate level, MPP was so by 2 percentage points above the candidate of the NDC,
which is John Mahama.
The work they need to do is to try and balance the equation. In fact, if we balance, we can only reduce
the margin,
the relationships.
Okay.
But still, on election day, you should expect that Otoma Edia on party bako.
Okay.
And so Otoma presidential menkwa. Obu parliamentary no otutia on one party.
Okay. Now an interesting question will be say in terms of presidential candidate preference. What were some of the responses and what were the specific questions Amubisa to Womo Amuni Omudi in Komo? Entia, I mean, presumably, Emma Dr. Bawumia a 2 percentage points lead ahead of John Mahama, comparing the two individuals.
Okay, so usually na you perceive who say nipano or capacity to answer and medical visa say as a woman candidates no age number
okay,
or demonstrate say nimwa na fi ebisa na say okay so umumu baako na nka wo pese odi mampani a anka umu hwan na nka obeto abama no. And the two questions don't follow each other. Party the only one section.
Okay.
Yeah, we are new. Now if you are back candidates level, you are near back factors you are going to base your decision and near my obejinaso. They are taking a decision.
Okay.
Now if you are called walk down the knee, then pa no wasim here can we share candidate be and kabaka say no na on your mount.
Okay.
That is the fourth graph there. Unemployment. Edika and your baby honum. It is sana yebisa and 70. The person must demonstrate knowledge of the candidates.
Okay.
18 to 39 for so we better about winning the candidates. That is like I say in candidates.
Okay.
And at the second group I'm going 40 plus for one so the omudia sabi we established that capacity to answer the question. And about 60,000 plus and so final data you use here 59,000, I think 470 something really so. Meaning some people at a point, will take you off.
Okay.
Because you don't have the capacity to proceed to the next question.
But the previous year graph, because I have some few questions on that. Yes. Now maybe Sir Prof and Sana Yaba way. So now you come to the regional basis. Quite an interesting one. Oshe Ahafo, Ashanti, Mono. Okay.
Yeah.
Those are major areas. Dr. Bawumia popularity, Ewosropa. Then you come to a year from the central region, right?
To
Eastern. Okay.
To Greater Accra, NDC.
John Mahama
Ewosropa, MPP.
Okay. Then you come to Northeast.
Northeastern, so MPP. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Ewosro.
Okay. Then Northern region.
So no, yes, but John Mahama was so Kakrasa. Now about 80 region there, John Mahama was so.
Okay,
Savannah, John Mahama was so.
Upper East,
John Mahama was so.
Upper West,
John Mahama was so.
Volta, John Mahama. Then Western region,
Dr. Blue was so. Dr. Babu was so.
But Purple near the
Purple was undecided.
Okay, Tiahano take lead.
Undecided take lead the Western. In fact, Western region is the region with the highest undecided voters.
And I may agree because that region also has been silent when it comes to political activities. In fact, as a two political parties, almost our Western region in Shadda
and Western North also is the most unexploited region.
I see.
Politically. I mean, now
two political parties now from last year, Ebabesi this year. All major events are political parties now, but Omoya Western region. Yes, and it tells you clearly how our region no Ababeya dormant. Exactly, region Ababeya dormant politically, and clearly no, you see, sir, the graph is telling you. And these are some of the responses.
Absolutely.
Now we are getting some numbers here, figures, no. What does it represent? You are having 6,267.
Out of the 59,000, almost 60,000. Okay. These are the frequencies. If I could have been percentages.
Okay.
Over table no, this one percentages no. I think I plotted frequencies instead of percentages.
Okay.
But the good news is that to be a person further analysis, I mean the
yeah. I saw the appendix. Quite an interesting one. But you have got the other chat.
Yeah.
So now and so but on 58 after 8 I Kessben share live Kessben television obetimi adjoin here your Facebook handle no so yene Professor Smart Sapon associate professor Kumasi Technical University Anna Edin Komo. This is a baseline survey, the first of a kind, two additional ones Anna Ebeba, including post-election ones one more Ebeye. Now on this chat, what in your view is Ghana's most critical challenge today, which the next president must address? Now this is a very specific question. Say Ghana ni kwa kotuaba. Wankasa wohwe wadwi mu a ebe na ye problem kese pa e wo ho a ene ye to abade ma obi so me ye omampanyi a obepese obetimi asolve sa particular challenge no. Unemployment na dikan konfo mabuna e na adwuma ye e wo krom ana dikan e no topic. Inflation e ye mienu e do tozo mienu 14.9. Economic slowdown economy no a enye no e ye 14.8. Poor roads yakwanya enye. Water crisis, power crisis, illegal mining. I'm happy to say I know a future 4.6. You come to debt crisis, 3 billion IMF loan. No, and also LGBT. I mean, these are national issues you're dealing with, and the responses are there. Corruption, quite unfortunate. Surprises me though. Maybe I had corruption. Then you come to sanitation and climate, and I feel the forest loss. Your forest are no. Prof, take us through this. Now, we know I say the rationale behind this.
Eduma sem de benifo amutie manofo sabio binum per research. I think this is a very positive feedback. Sabi wukasa mu no say we masa nkomo we di muntintiman because enu na ye niema a omu party nkofo pa adwuma ye obeka all the fine campaign then nyina na revolve around adwuma semu a we are not making so much impact on the minds of the voters.
Okay.
A month now say one was a corruption that lasts but
3 years.
Yeah. The person has a good work to do. Now also the boss me aso kakra be she nsem ono so timi we bi de hwe ne ne ma. I mean they will care very less about yeah na ya man for ya necessary ye nya adwuma ni bi nya ye no. Now titini ankofo bi na say we kran ke betimi bi adwuma amani nya bi aya na obi aye busy aye she dan fa ho sa. So let's take this on employment. In fact, me you so critical because critical means reaching a state of national insecurity.
Okay.
These issues are it's getting to a point of national insecurity.
And for ATT.
High ATT pa. You find it serious. After inflation, economic slowdown, and a debt
Debt.
Some years say economy
same to the economy, yeah.
The near Salo Kikabumwa, almost 35% of
responses are
economy means so one seminar said you they want to hear you.
Ekwanya omobefa so mbe solve no. Okay.
Okay, amount for both. I say we here we here free. Then you hit right there for them to understand it. That is a man about poor roads. You so you are fine, but a fine also be on so to take over before.
Yeah.
Water crisis and so power crisis the in fact, so water ne
roads no.
Yeah. And electric communication
networks are any
handcuff.
I see.
You'll be talking the nice campaign politics, blah blah. If you don't know these
the
are
key
the
issues
of the people, you are just making noise. You're not convincing anybody. Because as someone who can who name
Omohao. Okay.
It's you just mining to one more illegal mining, LGBT, sanitation,
Forester, yes, sir.
Yes, no, Riano, Rosewood. They before so how can see
a forester, yes, sir. No. Okay. Akwanya you be so you be solve this problems. So what it means again, no, and it's a political party na utie and na o share nia. All you need to do, no, and it's yes, even though obenya wa policies are o de beba through one manifesto, but majority of them, no, and crofoni how nie. Enti as I say, o message, no, any o policies, no, surrounded around these major issues. And clearly, I mean, these are issues that no, eba up and crofo demonstrations about Akwanya enye. Now the water crisis, power crisis, and crofo discuss it. Light in so in why do you have to go increase utility tariffs near the no quite an interesting one. Richard, you call the next slide now. Share and also. These are major issues, and crofo ebeshe ho atoaba as challenges, and no warm patch higher 92.9. Richard, you call the next slide now. Share and 4 after 9. But you'll bet me at the messages, at the ABBA 0550596 0550567 Now you come to the next figure, figure 3. Figure 3. Now, yene prof any ho enkomo. Or say, what are the main deciding factors you consider in choosing a presidential candidate? Now, the deciding factors, niema wo hwe ana wo gina so ede achusu obi a wo bepese ono no beba beye omampanyin. Quite an interesting one. Competence is around 50.3%. Track record. Competence no ye nipa no se wo ne se obetimi aye adwuma no a wo kase momfa tumi no ema no. Wo hwe ni su, wo hwe ni tibia, wo hwe ni bobra ene ne niema a wo ya. Woto abama na obetimi aye adwuma so omampanyin ana. And that is competence. Now you come to track record. Track record near 22.5. Okay, enti eniema a waye etwem in the past. Okay, wo hwe Dr. Bawumia ne niema a hoba aban mu almost emfie nwotwini waye true na na adodanko Ekufuado. John Mahama beye omampanyin niema a wono nso waye in the past. And no na ye track record. Now party affiliation, obehwe se woye NPP candidate, ana NDC candidate, ana woye New Force, ana woye ARC, Alanche Martin, ana wo de ato aba na. Then financial inducement, sikatua, I don't know, quite an interesting one. And crofo a wo behwe se Uma miska na meto abade amano eno so ho etoso number 4. It means say afi we about to onkofo already say umo musika a won beje e de ato aba no e de amao eno no ho. Then none comes to mind. Womo no eye nkofo a we mumu bia no ebia ama womo adwemu adefufuro bia nso ne na adwemu obehwe ho e de ato aba enti sa nkofo no e wo ho. Then religion oye Christiani ana oye Muslimini ana se wosom bosom Sankofo nso eye 1.2%. Then ethnicity eye 0.9. Wo yesremuni, wo yangunani, wo ye ho ahwani, wo yakani ni nyina no play out ha. Prof, mamemra also na my the explanations to this. Why is competence leading in this chart?
Yeah, now Mr. Speaker,
yes.
Say at least just say at least more than half. 50.3% say competence. Said the panel. Yes, obetimi aye. Me opepa or what's all the bay, the name deal what's all the bay, or the answer is the competence. And tell the every Japan, the beer than China, party affiliation 19, track record 22, competence, you know, Sami and Sanekwa constitutes more than 90% of the response. For me, that is good news. Party affiliation, which is a medium MVP in Meto. Yeah. Medium NDC in Meto. I know. But Niame then say a form kakra. Eti Obia or campaign Bia no so who say or man for no air beshe will competence and no track record. So near the Atuabama. For me, those are the three striking issues. Party affiliation nature say CSCA party. Na ebinumu kotu because omuye party ni nintia. Okay. O masa party ni no do awodema party ne take form. Ahwa ebekwa etia.
Mo anhwe party for no a party setting in you are losing about 19.1% who would have willfully voted for you. Okay. But ebi and sembi ofia mo NCSA party anya kono den bi timi ebetimi ha until you may have a very good competence and a very good track record, but you need that party affiliation as well. Okay. Mo heda mo NCSA fie. As for okay, how about that? Can we buy we know our effect on the candidates, preferred candidate and for selecting yenana. Yes. And now say the party's popularity and for a selecting yenana.
At this point, dear, a presidential candidate now what also better about man. Then I will share free no. Okay. What are the deciding factors? Man, we make those choices. Okay. And these things are going straight to candidates no. To who a candidate here, ubetimia suffer from a weak party. Okay. That is what the third one is telling us. And make sure that through you the party becomes stronger. So
as a candidate, you know, obey me, I am competent.
Yes.
But our party, you know, as a vehicle, you know, I am weaker. Yeah. Suffer from
absolutely.
Them. Okay.
It's a very good information for all of them. Baby Anjo ye. Okay. Mo feel say ajua still munsi eche nkoshe na nsensem do.
Financial inducement for na fi yin na be discuss.
Mr. Speaker, o de won ka ho. O de won ka.
O de ni fi yin na be.
Oso
ka. Ya be je be. Mo Dubai. In fact, answer ya koto.
Oh, eti mesre say safo no. Okay. Don't they like competence? Such that if the person is even an incompetent person or a likely to be incompetent person, almost cast over to an don't they trust in believe in track record? Yes, it's a bit near why you be done here, they know Ejina Kono said, Nijina Trano said, yeah. Person obey values track record no one. Is it the case, say? Nipa no ni track record any competence ni kra still almost ka obeja to ana nti mesre in fact wono mu kasa financial inducement for no ho no enye bibia na edi sika ye okay eto da bia na wo koji sika nne no na wo mabi
is it also the case say enkrofo abamu abu nipa no may seem to have the competence and rather me show be video papa penyi pa or say ye beto aba na won be kan nsem a de ni nyina ade achew. Now when they get the power, okay, then they lose as if say adwin bia wo mo kan bia no ayira de yes bosha wo mo share you know you don't see them fulfilling it. And could this be say and yes idea simplicity ye dwuba na me kopa ma obi papa tu ameka na me nkotoma e ka bia mebo bia meje ansa na mato
ansha na e kira sem no na sika chronic kita no na ntimi an resolve it. Okay. I'm sure na sika no kra no minimum nkrofo bebra o maton mu kokoo fuo so mu de koye galamse ya kokoo sika na ton na be share wonsam no ni bosumi nsia sika nasa. Okay. Wonso nka kokoo yi wo ho a anka bosumi nsia nka wante kra nka wate be 10 bucks 20 bucks bi de show how far. Enti sabe aya na infant pem for school dwenhwe kan ya na yenhwe na yenhwe nhwe echire because udi na echi ekoji bibi ko ton we ya nyansa nyame de ma wonu a ahwa na echire nsem na kwakodo so asen ene die ya waje adi. Okay.
Okay, yanko Richard yanko the last one now you wrap it up now. Last one nani. Okay. Mami the introductory part no now obi beka say enkombo ayedi nyina no what is the sample size nipa no ahen of fire ahen fan or call ye what were the rationale behind this yanko the next one yadika check dada na yemra the other
1 2 3 the design
of the research you know but 12 after 9 Kessben 92.9 we are live on Kessben television and we're doing channel making kind in the amount. Young call the next one. Rated design where the other frequencies the amount. But Prof, generally nipa hen our sample
Mr. Speaker, beautiful the question. Me nipa 60,000 plus.
Okay.
In the sample me was sub sampling no asiye ho. Constituency biya ni nipa dodo ameni omo kasa ye. Enye pe because constituency biya ni na hoden a.
Okay.
Odi rural voter register nim. Ebi no mo de 200,000, 100,000 num ewure mu no. Na ebi mo so de 15,000 ewure.
Okay.
Enti enye pe. Rural constituency mu a ye wo clusters. Ye electoral areas and ase nkru a kekabo mane constituency no. Rural kro biya mu a the share of the constituency no. Na we replicate proportional a chrono ebe hia wom enti eno ne ye constituency level sub sampling na okeka sub sampling ni nyina de bomu no abenya the national sample size of final 59,747 as then na me de ye no enti that is the sample size na emra I wo ho ne say research nhwehwemu bi say na say ye Ghana ha na ade ye voter population of about 17 million and 13 million to about 2020 when your sample size cry so when 16,500 sample size
okay
me jina so the to menu anomo aka and as obi a all your research at least satisfy that minimum sample size
okay
now number 2 e wo ho ne say the larger the sample size, the more reliable and stable your findings. Enti uni ahoden na betimi a double sample size no, the more you increase the sample size, the more reliable your research will be.
Okay.
60,000 means about times 3 to times 4 of the minimum sample size anybody needs.
16,000 no.
The next point I want to make is say person oye nhwehwemu bi na de gina so ema generalization so stress on Ghana nyina say na betimi akwa I am making sure say we satisfy all the constituencies we constituencies nemu bi ejabia what defeated the central limits theorem what defeated the law of statistical regularity what defeated the law of inertia of large samples and there are some guiding principles that backs the sample size determination.
Okay.
Once you satisfy all of them, there, aya nania obi beka nia obi nka na ye say there. Obi be say na wo ye say udin na then me ye researcher say bio ense wentu a say ebu pete.
Yeah.
Ense there twe na ye de hu say ense twem. You get it? Na okay, nia mo kan akosi an say ne we should all stay out of politics for them to do their thing. Yeah, so ye timubi. Na me catch unia friends ekuya wo kuma says ana mo ye beja ye na mo ma de. Because I don't see what I gain in doing this except to give you feedback from the very people you are campaigning to. The methodology is on spot. I am a statistician. Sabi obi betimi aye methodology eye solida. Entrame me ka ho pa bi. Ni adenti mesre it is purely just to provide feedback.
Now another interesting question is that the period of survey was from which month to which month?
The month of April.
Okay.
1st to 30th.
Okay.
In fact, we did our very last engagement on the 30th. I pulled out all my men from the field.
Okay.
Nyaka nyina ye office, they were trying to clean the data, then. And they say, and they told me.
Very well. Okay. Prof, I'm grateful for your time, man.
The speaker. Ziga.
Ona your boss.
Ziga so Benji. Ziga Mr. Benji.
Give me a minute, Mr. Fachaman. And comfort on Facebook, he said, I will rubbish. What have you read the Facebook? Yes, and comfort say, I will rubbish your works. Almost me rubbish, but it is not like that. Yeah. What kind of Facebook now?
Almost say you will rubbish.
Almost say that's almost say. Sana more catch me. Yes, but my men share a deal with you. You see, Kwame.
Yes.
Opinion poll say here, but a yama political party say a bar a boa ma wo ye adwuma yi I say NCC4 did a poll in the 2008 elections. 2 months before the election. You understand? Then the 2 months before the election, they put Professor Mills say is leading. In fact, the 2 election a year in Maakye said that Professor Mills lead, but yet now that Akufo-Addo won in the first round, which Benefsin also gave big time in 2016 when he said that Mahama will win by 52.something%, but it was so it helped the political parties to work on a basana a petty picture be the show it babia utosino no akwakoye aduma ba Kwame a central region prof hone ye mayi kakra because central region the last elections.
Now, I would be sending a question from no near no because Prof Echo at that place.
Oh, okay,
yes,
okay.
Now, on responding, now you know.
So, what?
Cobra. Cobra, very. That's all.
I for you.
I don't pay me that so bad. Thank you so much. 18 after 9. Now, I'm into you.
Yes, Kwame, central region.
Yes.
So, central region. Say NPP. Dr. Bamia is leading there. You understand? The last election, the MPP candidate had 52.21%. The 52.2%.
Okay.
Then the NDC had 47.8%. But 2016, MPP had 53.22%. And NDC now 43.43%. So it means that in the 2020 elections, the MPP dropped by 1%. You understand? And NPDC appreciated also by 4.something%. So this year, now upon all the economic indicators, so plus now no pokwajiman. Yes, sir. Are affirming no and say ye rename no as a running mate no.
Yeah.
Now I thought say Bia and Central region Bia it will 4 the dynamics will change for 4 for NDC. You understand? Say Korea ya Kwame I can be a little bit comprehensive for me because adequate makers and say now no Pokwajiman's influence in the last election was able to accelerate and as a boost the NDC vote by 4%. A page appreciated by 4%. MPP are dropping. Ama the parliamentary no na MPP war NDC war deficit of 6 no. They flipped it. Ama MPP member the deficit of 6 seats. But they are attributing all this to na no Pokwajiman. So Kwame 2 days. Osha time no na no Pokwajiman was renamed as the running mate. That was March.
Yeah.
So somehow and the dispose no Ubisa Prof no also April.
Yeah.
So it means that Nano Pokwajiman was appointed and I say was named running mate a month before the survey. So I was expecting say at least I say a impact kakra reflected kakra.
Okay, but I mean, for general,
so,
yes,
I say reflected kakra.
My takeaway from this whole your friend is saying report, Nana, and it's a political parties, ewe jumaye. Okay, yes, that is the impression I get because truly speaking, Nana, say Oshe from 2022, ebesi last year, ebesi this year, major political event parties no bebre na no aye no. Senyen kran ha eye Kumasi. Okay? Now mind you, this same report catch said the NDC is taking a lead in the Greater
Accra. Yes. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So it tells you something. Now, what Prof is saying is that parties engage a lot of events in some of the other regions. Say Central region, okay, dormant. Automatically the Western region is also dormant.
Yes, it's close.
The American not here.
Yeah, and the Western North.
Exactly. So it tells you along that belt from Western Nano Babisi Central, no, it should tell you clearly. And I'm not surprised. ABA NDC for them. On June 4th, they went to the Central region.
Yeah.
Yes. And this is now some of the national event one more phrase here, one more day, one more day call that enclave. Probably so to speak. Prof has said we should help the political parties re-strategize. Exactly. Oko Western North, presumably, Ubeka said out of 9 constituencies, NDC Kremube 6. And Tinkahono Beye NDC they are flat. But he is telling you, say, in terms of popularity, say, at par, balance.
At par.
Yes, because activities in Kosovo. The NDC itself, and yet more activities are a bear energize you or base, no. What you say, my base in so a co a few more juma. NPP so is not doing much in the Western North region. And Nipan were relaxing. Nana de make a note here. Sahoke kano or for more, oye de ya a bewofo. So for me, that is the impression I get from some of this thing. But 6 months more to go.
But I made a comment. Central regions SSA. Okay. Say SSA in favor of NDC. Kwame. Enyamwangwa free say one. We should also not forget the rejection of Canada Japan as a flag bearer for New Patriotic Party. That one is a one factor. And say Central region be energizer. Be energize na a follow Adama NPP unless Canada Japan joins the campaign seriously, because one, the active forces case which is going on, it is giving the NDC an edge, especially the latest development now.
Exactly. So I'm saying that I say don't get here called June 4th, you know. Or say Central region for enshedie. Nanado danko ekufu adu aban e de ya to force. Na woman supporting no. They said they are saying not to force supporting Jachiko no. So he's sending a signal, a certain message. What he has here, this is your own. Say Ofri, your friend is a Enyan constituency krana. The question is that
no, it's Central region. It can work as for that one.
So that is the message. It is clear.
Yes. So say your friend is a Kwame. Ya pointing an opokwadima match near yes Savio we see April. Said that match no that time no no pokwadima on hitting road, because now I've seen a lot of activities was started one hitting road on one kasa programs near there, especially in the Central region. I have a lot of videos. I've rolled it on the Zige stick and all that. So say the new Savio Saba nese a stance, the result that we have from the stance, it tells you that now no Pokwadma has a problem. But say as a son, Kwame, and the speed and you say a best son, Kwame, the chances say a best son towards National Democratic Congress, Kwame, is huge. Because we have more 5 months, Kwame, 5 months away, and the activities, there are so many factors, and I'm agriculture, Central region. Canada Japan's factor when to be a flag bearer, they were yearning for him, because we should not forget, say here he wants Central region, right? The person he want the Central region against Dr. Baumia, they make what I say. And two, so I'm active, so I'm kekano nessa or you're reluctant to go against them. Now no Pokwajima's factor say almost sign NDC4 sign Ashamu can I say you are rejecting, and he's been given the second opportunity as John Mahama has been given your friend say the fourth time opportunity. They make what I say. They will also consider all these things plus the active forcing issue. So the only strength for MPP now is friend is Afenyo Markin as a majority leader. As a majority leader. That's a one factor. Make me the so I can say this thing can help MPP to maybe do 1 or 2 things. But the fact is, MPP, no, Kwame, we haven't seen it. It's so dormant.
Very well. Thank you, Nana. But Western region, there, Nana, we know you have the campaign about one. Political parties in form of Western region, major positions,
and the Western North,
Western North, crowd the NDC Yakakra. Okay, we share Western North now here NDC anymore. We share certain personalities
yes,
but the Western region proper are quite bebre, okay, especially one more up north, no, one more form of was your honey, okay, from Bogoso, Aircon, young form on your Pristia Winnie Valley constituency, no, parties in form on your executives in the bebre to Takra de Netakwa. okay enti eyo omo din se wo mu be sane from Takrade ne Takwa akọ so akọ wase kropo akọ asenkregwa akọ manso amamfi akọ
sa on so emutwetwe
so it is difficult for them what they say enti omo timenye ana akwan ni bebre na ewo ho no so nye okay so clearly Western region no say one more to about this year they need to be very careful as I say we show region any development eba ho na to so aba because at the end of the day won't mean two moment na nkra forever oye dey abeko watch what you say and strategically no one more year positions na one more trasa region nabo but that region is a swing region at any point in time biha no one more bet me decide which political party to go with but we live to see 5 months to elections. Let's wait and see the strategies are.
But I'm expecting Prof to come around July.
Okay.
For another
one. Yes.
Now you the last one in October. Very
well. I'm sorry I say na Fidiko for atuna say anopemini wo mo eba ababedi enkomo kechi kwabena bedu ewa ha marriage link consult for say ene men kan chom pacho oye bema wadru wo mpanyin fie so braso say wo worry in fact don't mean see obape the wo hu no so you look seems probably we higher above you nti wo kona nim kra wo ferry jai say adwuma ne marriage link na wo monye mfama in fact go to them tell them your specifications oba type a wo pe tribal crowd person film adwuma a wo person wo ye na they will give you a pairing and no will beat your imagination and opay one more adwuma one more ye pa no no again say o person one more organize a wedding at the mawa pacho one be ni nyina complete at the amount counseling a year programs ahodo pi nanso ana wo mo ewo o wa ware mo challenges nti oni asumdwe and opay speak to a year marriage link consult wo mo be solve o problems no at the amount say o kumase a wo mo bie office back ewo ho mpacho office no ewo asafo mosque no echi ho ape frɛ wo mo on 0550 426100 0550-426100 na afewu won kran so a obeko eye abelempe Tetswanika Street one more ene Mawako restaurant no ana eben for one more 0201-919462 0201-919462 and after 055-4415-679 na one marriage link consult for any enkomo anopay mamembra kaje ente saying
Mr. Speaker, Nyankopon adom me hoye pa.
Bidi go for hoye.
Nyankopon adom.
Aya oba o person otino wa so ye presenter.
Oze. Prepare dia nya presenter. Dia won se say dia yan fidi go for no. Ya ne aba no. Ai. Na Kwame mame ntia Ghana for nyina anopai.
Ghana for Jos.
That's right. And anopai samote enka e wo Kessben. Aya Mr. Speaker, Maakye show you so. Na fidi ko enkra de sunya de chedecha. Yade be so mu nyina ne se yaba na yabaya yedi enuane no full supplement ya ebe boa ma eni emo a wo yen wo mofie ni titiri enkokɔ afei o fate se empreko ena ade no to nkyɛn a tilapia farming se bia o yen tilapia ana catfish bia no se eya wo mo nuane na enuane na wo de mo no chibato bia wo hunti no ama yield ya pese wunya no se ne wunya nkoso say yankoko a unyankosua ne bebre anase bia wo mo yakese wetimi dia kodwa so akoton no e ma ne saa enuti ne na no pay Fidiko ye wa ha na Fidiko ye di ankasa de Fidiko Poultry and Animal Feed Center ye di ne ye honam se kire se ye di nuane nuro food supplement ena ebe ma emwai na ye di bia babs bebre a ewo yakachim etie na no pe bia atimi nkafri bia no di ka gia homatrofo ne bia na oteka mu besi fom eti gia homatrofo na memo mu nkomo nkyerɛw 0244 260 190 afei 0242 769 698 naji we so ka ho 0303 95 85 afei yantisim Fidiko Poultry and Animal Feed Center enuane no food supplement ye diaba no enuane na ode ma enkokɔ no eno na wode be fra na enkokɔ na timi anyi kama atunkosua kama ye chichemu a ye wode ye fra no ene layers feed sa layers dia de ma layers ne enkokɔ na wabutunkosua no etimu a mo ye enkokɔ ni bi no muntie ne ye pa ye the food supplement aba na enuane no wo bi amino acid a che se unya pa ebebo ye ma de afra enuane na ode ma enkokɔ no ebi so kra eye lysine na sa lysine no eboa ye pa e ma sebe ema enuane no ana enuane na ade ma enkokɔ no kama ni atia ne se ya measure ni nyina quantity ehia wo betimi dia afra enuane no ya nyina once too much of everything is bad etia bia wadwe yo se wo utimi de enuane no bi fra de ma enuane no na ode ma enkokɔ na di enu ntina enkokɔ no tu nkosua na spot black bia ba ho no enya papa enu ntina nkosua na nketenkete te se film na potenge no enya papa yen de no ya measure quantity ni nyina kama enu ti wo de fra eye enuane na de ma enkokɔ na layers no de di kan nkosua no shell no ne ho no ebe ye den nyeto so mienu spot bia ma ho basa kosua de be ya kase ana yoku na ewo kosua ni mu no ebe ye kama enu ti udi ko dwa so a ensoto ne atia ne se unya sa eye layer feed bi food supplement ya ye ka ho asemi a odi man kokɔ na odi freduan de man kokɔ na ne atia nie ansa tama kokɔ ni tu nkosua no wo tu nkosua ni wi a wo ko abu na o ma sa to bio ya e chance na odi ro ma sa to bio yan ya de na ye de aba no so unya sa ye food supplement bi na de fra enuane no e de man kokɔ no a
ebo mo to ntentem
space no e very short eti ubeyi nkosua na enu uyi nkosua sika potwo bu a nkokwa no to a ebe chance na o masa to basa na wo boka adwuma wo ye so mfa so enti na wo ye adwuma no eti na no peba bi ate enka bia no for di kire mo fidi ko port and animal feed center na ya mo a na nya sa nwa bi ma memra broilers no
yes
broilers no eno no ye ye omnom ya kese kutukutu ye tibi dia kodwa so akoton e ma remfi bro nya bra ne pom pempem be de e be nkokɔ na de tia ne se wo pese ade kokɔ kodwa so na ukoton a na unya sika potwo a mankokɔ no nya kese kokɔ bi wo no mu a sabe se de omba dwa so nya ton ma wankasa hu a enya kɔno sa wokɔtɔ eti kuani a wo ya nkokɔ mpatwo wo pese nkokɔ no nya kese pa omona igina ho a ti say yes akokɔ sere na igina ho yi kutukutu brana baji ya broilers feed ni bi food supplement no fa fra nuane no mankokɔ no ala menam ka kire wo nkokɔ no be ya kese pa ma de kodwa manso a ne to no enso to
wait to the beba
I tell you kwam obia ni boso a na kokɔ no ho ya na komro akodu a no nya kɔno ukura enkansa kɔna kɔtɔ na wo so yensa wo kɔtɔ mo nya mfaso ɛno ti na me kanfo Fidico Poultry and Animal Feed Center e de ama wo no ukɔ na beto ba na beto ye ne mai bia ye food supplement bi na de fra e beboa wo yie pa enya no nko ye wo ne ye de fra nuane ma sabe empreku pig obi ye empreku oboka obi timi ka se wa wo bebre se empreku no omani ato amongo na ne enam so amana ba ne sa ne conditions bebre anutina Fidico Poultry and Animal Feed Center ye to nsafro se ye nuane no ye food supplement no bebre ne ye de aba brabe jibi na fa ko fra enuane na ode ma mpreko no won be wa ma aka se ankora aka se afedi eye ma wododo ayokra unya ba bi fo mu wo benya mfa so bebre ti ba bia wotia bi fi bia se wo bronga hafo se wo Ashanti region o western region ba bia wo hwe mi bia eastern region obia oye mo bia wo panuane mesra mo pa mama mfani hwe ba bia eye Fidico Poultry and Animal Feed Center momra ye nchen mo amoye tilapia emfaso wo so pa na wo msa wo ye no anya ni abeboka anuti bra na beto ye food supplement bi na frafra nuane no na fa ko gunsuonim emwa ne ba bedi aduane na ekutukutu da ombe wo bebre wombe tunkosua wo bebre e de amawo eno achi catfish eno so saa enti bi bia fa nuane nu a ana ye de ma food supplement ye de fra nuane e de ma mo a ye wo mo de untimi sa kokroboti ho mopo untimi sign Fidico Poultry and Animal Feed Center yachi enko babia everything na no pay metro nsade afra no je ya ho matro for
numbers no to dwabiem
yes 0244 260 190 afeji we count 0242 769 698 and 0303 95 83 Fidico Poultry and Animal Feed Center bia pese oba na ubetu ye niam ni bi mesi bebre wo ho enie ye wo dodowa oyibi kwan ne so ehwa enkran dodowa oyibi kwan so asede wo de bobe po na wo kwa eburi ho no unru ho dodowa oyibi kwan so a tobut wo na wa branche o frɛ ya homa trufo ya de wo pa bia e bia na wachiri wo pa bi wo busa se na mede na mensa ka mitimi mankran frɛ homa trufo no wo de frɛ ye be make niam so easy and simple ama wo to a ye betimi an hyehyɛ ya e be ba be ka wonsa na de amamua no sunwane adantia moye nkokɔ pa odomase kwatrifo se mu hwɛ me na mutie me na no pɛ ya mesra mo eye fidiko portrait animal feed center yakofa nuane no bi food supplement kama e de aba na de fra enuane de ma enkokɔ say ye layers say ye broilers say ye pig preko say ye catfish and tilapia we say ebe wa woni ho de na wanya mfaso bebre Kwame ena no pɛ komoda fidiko ye wode magana for no eti obi abra
thank you I will never do Kobe baby Chimoyoda faster than be my Kanisa for Wadaroma, Wamuaboye pa Kanisa Ventures. One the Kanisa Heba Miss Chana, and obey idea be a pain, a yaw, till the pedias, but your Kanisa no be none, no, Yabua ye papa. Call a year Chachimana, one more ever Kanisa Heba shop, contain taxi rank, and obey call not Kojino be ever, and watching baseline for us. Shops in India, being a be 0247-887436 and 0202-990943. Now when it can isa any and come one day, but your one bejo so now how anyway you're reading you I say a bit to Kanisa Yaria issue. But I'm father of my child paying prostate beer at Bema 40 years and above how I dream beer. Here said Obeko a year about Tampa Prostate Center for Australia. Show Katita, but your court that woman in free home or prostate, a best answer Enya and Wadini. And pay for one more on 0553-800-678. 0553-800-678. Now, when you're about Tampa Prostate Center for Ninko, Chobe who are more a war 50 Pratt last stop, Kaswa Nyano main road no S. And pay speak to them. One more bejo so. If I was in an aroma, any team, no, show I'm our prostate. How be about home? What to me at was here now, at me at the Fahudi at the abroad. We did a Kwame Appiah Kubi, and this is why we draw the curtain down. Let's check out of here. A very big happy birthday to Florence Owusua, aka Majua, Sempakani Samson Sado Pay. Young wish you the best of your new age. And say happy birthday to you, Florence Owusua, aka Majua. Pay, we celebrate you. We wish you the best of your new age. Happy birthday to you. I mean, wishing Eugene Bentu, senior engineer, Kessben Media. And pay killer man, who to be now review. Right, Eugene, as I say, happy birthday to all the boys in the day. And pay, we celebrate you. You're a great personality. We wish you the best of your new age. Happy birthday, Eugene. I mean, wish you Francis ahead. And a queer Amuakua, a very big happy birthday. Mommy, daddy, I don't pay. We celebrate you with a grand star. Happy birthday to you. God bless you so much. I mean, my personal happy birthday to you. I mean, wish Joseph Adai a very big happy birthday. Joseph, it's your birthday. We celebrate you this morning. And let me also wish Eunice Adai a very big happy birthday. With your prayer, wish you the very best of your new age. Eunice, celebrate you this morning. The boss is saying, wish you happy birthday. God bless you. I'm happy to say Joe comes up next with mid production. The rest of our programs continues unabated. I don't do any our China. Friday. We'll be back here once again to wrap up for the week. On behalf of my team, I want to say a very big thank you for staying through with us from 5:30 up until now. Stay with us and the rest of our programs. Good morning. Enjoy the rest of your day. We are out.